It's getting harder and harder to trust people these days. That's especially true when it comes to phone calls that we all get every day. Let's be honest, we get these scam calls all the time. Scams, they're on the rise, and we're going to be teaching you all about them in a multi-part series coming up. The most common types of scams are the ones referred to as refund scams. If you've ever received a suspicious email claiming to be from McAfee, Norton, Amazon, PayPal, Microsoft, you know what I'm talking about here, claiming that you've purchased something that you haven't, you've been a target of the scam. I'm sorry to say you have. Their goal is to scare you into calling the provided phone number so they can trick you into falling for the true scam. Let's take a look at how this scam works and how you can prevent it from happening to you.
Hello everybody. This is going to be a very important video, and the following videos in this series just as much. Scamming is on the rise, and it's getting more violent and more nasty than ever. And when I say more violent, I mean more people are being taken advantage of than ever before, and some scammers are very ruthless in their tactics, very manipulative, and without care, without any ounce of humanity left in them. They are completely devoid of compassion. They have lost any sense of right and wrong. They have no humanity left. They are completely devoid of it. Now, we are going to take a look at the refund scam today, and I am going to show you what they do, how they do it, and the ways that you can avoid getting scammed yourself. Now remember, these are very dangerous criminals, so do not try to go up against them on your own. Leave it to those who know what they're doing. Now, shall we get started? Okay, everybody. Now, let's start with what you will originally get when your refund scam begins. You will either get an automated phone call asking you to press 1, or whichever you want, whatever it asks you to press. It'll tell you that you have submitted an order for an X amount of money for an X product, and you know that you did not order such product, but it makes it sound very convincing that you did, and that you need to call customer service immediately because they suspect there is fraud on your account, and that you must contact them to resolve the problem. This is not what Amazon or any reputable company does. They will never call you for such things. They will never call you at all, for that matter. So always hang up. Never entertain such a call, period. Now, most oftentimes, they will send you an email, like I've got here. Now you can read this for yourself. Now, this is something that is an identity verification request, which you will get these too. What they want you to do is, they're telling me that my account may be compromised, and they want me to click a link so that I can verify that I have, or that I can that I can make sure that I am verified so that my account can be secure. Now that link, if you click that link, you see that there? Never click any link from any email that you find suspicious, any email that comes from somewhere that you find even the slightest bit strange. Because as you can quite plainly tell, this looks like it may come from Amazon, and they try very hard to make it seem like it does. However, if you come up here to where I have highlighted, this is the sender's address. And right there in the very grayed out area, you can see the full address where it is actually coming from. Nowhere in the world does that say anything about Amazon.com or any such thing. So right there is your dead giveaway that this is a 100% scam. So if you are unsure, make sure that you will find out for sure exactly where the email is coming from by investigating the address. Never, ever click any link. Never call any phone number that comes from Amazon, Best Buy, any of those. Because once again, they never call you. They never send you email asking for personal information, never asking you for verification requests, never anything like that. Now, if something should happen and you do end up having issues, you must contact the real customer service, which I do recommend that you go straight through the website, go straight through the app to contact them directly. Now, should you go straight through the scam, which some people accidentally end up doing so, let's take a look at what happens when they get you to start getting through the scam. Okay, everybody. Now, what you are going to be looking at right at the moment is my desktop, and there is a good reason for it, I promise. Yes, you see my boys. That's congratulations. But the most important part for a scammer, after they get you on the phone and get you to fall for their lie, is to get access to your computer. Once they accomplish that, they will have full control so long as they keep you believing what they say. Now, there are several programs in which they use to accomplish this. Now, each of these programs are perfectly legal and have perfectly legitimate uses. They are not evil programs. They are used by millions for perfectly good reasons all over the world. Scammers take advantage of these because they are offered for free, and that means they have no bounds as to what they can do with them. Now, what they are going to have you do is they are going to have you go to the internet, and they are going to have you naturally go over here to Google, and from there they will have you type in either AnyDesk, TeamViewer, Supremo, and there are a few others. So watch out for these if you should happen to actually end up in this situation. If they ask you to download any of these, you'll know right away what they're trying to make you do. Now let us continue on to what will happen if you get this far. Okay, everybody. Now, here's what we are going to do next. This is actually a real bank account. It is my secondary account. You are not going to be able to see anything of real importance, but this is what a scammer is going to have you do. They are going to convince you to log into the account, and then, of course, they will want you to know for crying out loud. I literally just did this. Hold on. Okay, back in business. I guess the authentication is a good thing. So, we're going to check into my account. You're going to see the history of the account. Of course, I'm going to make sure that all of this is, I'll leave the transfers and all that, but I'm going to block out the whatever. Now, what they're going to do here is they're going to take, I would say they're probably going to take the first or second line or so. And if you remember, I told you that they were going to give you a accidental refund of too many dollars. Right? They're gonna say that they gave you a transfer of too much money. Now, here's what that is actually going to look like. I'll do it up here with the actual amount where it says $5. Yes, I only have $5 in this account right now. It is, well, never mind why. But we are going to do what is called inspect. Now, this is what the scammer is going to do. Now, if you remember, I said that they will do in AnyDesk, in TeamViewer, in all of those other things, in UltraViewer, they will hide your screen so that you can't see anything on this right side here. I know you can't see my cursor, but that's from pointing. What you see here in this black box is everything in the current page. This is what the actual browser is using to construct the page that's on the left. Everything that is on the page, this is what the browser sees. Now, on Google Chrome, this is why they want you to use Chrome, because it has access, because they have access to all of these, because they have access to these. Now, let me show you what is actually being done to trick people into thinking that they have more money than they actually do. Okay, see what's highlighted? This section in particular is what they're going after. So you see right there with the big, I got the screen magnified. So you see right here with the, again, I can't really have the cursor there. I'll do something for you there. But the $5 is where it's highlighted. Now we go back over here, and we see the $5 right in the white here. Now what they do, see, they can edit this. If they double click on it, they can edit the $5. And what they are going to do is, let's just say we want to make it, let's just say we make it like that. We'll make it $500. We give it an edit, and then we got $500 here. Now, there is no $500 in that account, but it sure looks like there is. Now, they're gonna close this, and then they're gonna put your page back. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna come down here and they can edit the HTML down here. And they'll do that same thing. So we're gonna put that $500 there. And come back out. Sorry about the magnifying, but I just want to be able to show you, and then I also need to be able to see what I'm doing. Now, see where it says there $500, but we're also going to need to put in there. So I'll need to find where that is, which is right there. So we're gonna go back in again, and then we're gonna have to get rid of the minus, and let's just say we stick in a plus because that is what they want you to believe happened. So we'll get rid of the thing and then stick in the 2 zeros. And there's that. And now you got yourself a plus $500 and $500 here. Now they will also change this to say something like Best Buy refund, Geek Squad refund, or something to that nature. So that is how they approximate what is happening to you. Now, this will scare people. This will scare people. They will not know what's going on because like I said, when they hit the inspect element, they will have hidden the screen. So you can't see what they're doing. All you see is a black screen on your computer. They lock your mouse, they lock your keyboard, so you have no input whatsoever. So you can't see what they're doing. They will tell you that they're working on your computer to solve your problem. They'll tell you that they're giving you an update. They'll tell you whatever they need to tell you to convince you to leave your computer and mouse alone. And then they will pop this back up and say something like, "Oh my God, we gave you too much money. What are you going to do now?" And then it's something like, "Oh God, I'm gonna lose my job unless you help me get this money back." But here's the thing. They do not want you to keep touching your computer, because if you know the trick, there is a beautiful little trick that will make all of this go away and everything will reset back to the way it should be. And all you have to do is refresh your page. Reload the page, and everything is back to the way it's supposed to be. Because what they do is they just change the page temporarily. It is not permanent. So when you reload the page, everything goes back to the way it should be. Everything goes back to exactly what it actually is. And that is what they absolutely do not want you to know. That is what they lock your mouse and keyboard for, so you cannot actually do that. But I want you to remember, just because it says something doesn't actually make it true. Although I'm really hoping that you don't ever get to this point. And that wraps up today's video. I want everybody to remember, not every scammer is absolutely the most horrible person on the planet. And I also want you to remember, not every scammer comes from a certain place, and everybody from a certain location is not a bad person. It is a subset of people that are doing these crimes, and most of the people from those areas are absolutely disgusted by what is going on, especially because it brings down their entire population. So please do not think that just because you hear a specific accent, because you see a specific person, that they are involved with such things. Remember, all people are created equal under God. People choose their way of life. It is not chosen for them. So, keep in mind about this. Now, on the next episode, we will be taking a look at the PSA scam. You don't see it very often these days, but it is still a good one to take a look at. So, I want you to also remember, some of these scammers still have a heart. Some of them are just caught up in a very horrible situation, and they don't know how to get out. They don't know what they're doing. It doesn't excuse what they're doing, but they still have a chance to get out. Sometimes they just need a little bit of love and a little bit of prayer from us. So do remember this, and always remember to smile.